fouled by Jeremy Evans. That's 3 on him. Our DiGiorno tournament resume. Western Kentucky, we talked about the fact that their RPI and schedule strength will not help them, even though they did beat Louisville. Just 1 win against the RPI top 50 and only 2 games played against the RPI top 50.
It goes to show what makes the yeah, that is absolutely, I think, maybe even more telling, just the 2 games in the top 50. But boy, you know, it's so hard. You look at a whole, there's so many storylines that go into it. This team got blown out a couple of times early, and you know, you talk to Ken McDonald, the coach, he thinks that's one of the reasons they came together the way they did. That's true. Most coaches will tell you, you go through that, either drives you apart or pulls you together, and they pulled together.
Well, it's interesting, when you're a mid-major school, a lot of times you get evaluated in terms of whether you're an NCAA tournament team based on what you did in November and December, where a major conference school that's looking for an at-large bid gets evaluated on what they did in February and March.
It's a good point. Most of their power games are going to be in the early part of the season.
Karush able to knock it down. He's been quiet. That's only his 2nd field goal. And he had 23 points last night in the semis.
But this team is good at that. They go with, you know, who's been scoring. It's not a matter of I got to get mine. They one night to the next. It could be any one of 4 different guys. 5 different guys, really. You put Evans in there, even though he hasn't scored tonight.
And normally a lot of balance for Western Kentucky. 7-0 run right now by the Hilltoppers. 3-minute drought by South Alabama. Coleman to the basket. Pretty move. Count it.
Take a look at this driving lane, because frankly in the corner is Tilford, and that holds the defender at home there. Look how much room he's got there. Nobody can come to help from that side, because if Mendes Valdez comes in there from that corner, he knows it's going to be a kick out to Tilford, their one really proven 3-point shooter, and so he stays home. And a nice job by Coleman to turn it into a possible 3-point play.
Jeremy Evans just picked up his 4th foul, so he's out of the game for Western Kentucky, which really leaves Magley as the only guy who's a presence on the low block to cover these big guys for South Alabama.
And we talked about they're comfortable, though, playing relatively small. They don't mind playing Pettigrew at 4 because they think it makes them a hard matchup. He can step away and shoot it.
And they got Tilford on him right now.
Well, that's supposed to show you how much respect they have for that perimeter game.
And a foul called on Scher. That's only his first, but it is the 17th foul. Both teams in the bonus now with 8:12 to go. Only a handful of free throws attempted in the first half, and going to have a lot of them probably down the stretch.
And Western 4 for 4 in the first half, and South Alabama 2 for 2. So pretty clean game in the first half. And these 2 teams are both kind of middle of the road from the free throw line. Not great, but this game, as it's going right now, may be decided by that, Dave.
And on the year, Mendes Valdez, a 76% free throw shooter, player of the year in the Sun Belt. 5th time in the last 9 years that the Sun Belt most outstanding player during the regular season has been a Hilltopper. Courtney Lee last year, 1st-round pick of the Orlando Magic, having a pretty good year for the Magic. Scher in the lane. Mendes Valdez may have altered that shot.
I was just going to say, things like that don't show up in the box score, but that's what he does. We're talking about that mid-range game of Scher, and Mendes Valdez challenges the shot, made him take it off balance, forced the miss.
Karush finds an open Anthony Salick. Back to a 5-point lead for Western Kentucky.
What a pass by Karush. Everybody puts into the pot. They all have to be able to drive it and pass it. And when it's you who turns out to be the open man, you've got to be confident enough to shoot it.
Here's Coleman, a game-high 22 points, going to work again. Too strong there. And Mendes Valdez bumped by Davis. That's his 3rd. Hilltoppers on a 12-3 run.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And in part by Chevy, an American Revolution.
Congratulations to Cleany Young, our fan of the game. And a reminder, Buffalo Wild Wings, located at 4104 Central Avenue. Here in Hot Springs, good food, good health, good ambiance, great place, best wings anywhere in Hot Springs at Buffalo Wild Wings Grill and Bar.
Back and forth game here. South Alabama took the lead, but now Western Kentucky on a run to go back up by 5. And back to the Big East Championship week continues tomorrow afternoon. Second round coverage of the Big East Championship from New York, DePaul, and Providence. Tip things off at noon. Then at St. John's and Marquette. Championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
You know what, Dave? It's very interesting. We're going to take a look at the blind resumes here.
I have no idea.
Identify those teams?
No idea.
No idea either. Let's see who we think they're in.
Well, Marquette has got to get in.
Yes. Now, you said you didn't think one of them was the team in this game. It is.
Oh, I see. They did the conference record, included the 2 games in the tournament. Okay.
That's cheating. That's cheating. You guys cheated there. Sorry. But again, that non-conference strength of schedule may hurt them a bit, but actually, take a look at it. And it doesn't pale. It makes Ken McDonald's point a good one. You know, it doesn't leap out at you that's so far behind the Marquette, for example. And well, Marquette, we're just talking about, well, they're in, no question.
All those numbers are better than St. Mary's, but again, the problem is Western Kentucky's only played 2 teams in the RPI top 50, where St. Mary's has played more.
Absolutely. Tough when you got so many different factors that come into it.
53-46, Western Kentucky back up 7. It was a 4-point South Alabama lead just a few minutes ago. On the drive before the shot, Andre Coleman is fouled.
We were talking about, though, the numbers, unbelievable. In the first half to the second half, they're almost identical. Western in the first half shot 42%, shooting 42% in this half. South Alabama 50% in the first half, 50% here. So what's changed? Well, the numbers you see there.
Yeah.
South Alabama points off turnovers and second chance points. That's just that in a nutshell.
Coleman misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Both teams with 18 fouls. Winner of this game gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. South Alabama is the 6th seed, so at 20-12, if they were to lose this game, 20-12 and 10-8 in league play during the regular season, they are probably an NIT bubble team. Rebound by Coleman.
You heard Ken McDonald tell his team at halftime, I can't believe that other team has more heart in their locker room than we've got here. And they've shown it, because when this got wobbly for them and they went behind, they've responded pretty assertively here to get back in the separation.
Yep, only 3 points in the last 6 minutes for South Alabama. Ross for 3. Not there. Up high is LaShawn Watson for the rebound. Another opportunity for Ross. And he buries this one. His foot was on the line. It's a 2.
Good confidence there, both by the shooter and by Tilford, rather.